First Deputy Speaker of the Parliament of the Republic of Ghana, Honorable Chief of Staff, Mr. Julius Deborah, Senior Presidential Advisor on Governmental Affairs, Dr. Valerie Sawyer, Honorable Minister for Foreign Affairs, Honorable Kudjatu Ablakwa Samuel, Member of Parliament, Ministers of State, Senior Government Officials, Members of Parliament, our distinguished delegation from St. Kitts and Nevis, the Dean, Regional Deans and members of the Diplomatic Corps, our revered religious leaders, invited guests, friends from the media, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. It is my profound pleasure to welcome you on behalf of His Excellency the President and the First Lady of the Republic of Ghana. On their behalf, I extend a warm welcome to all of you to this luncheon, which is being held in honor of the Prime Minister of St. Kitts and Nevis and his delegation. Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, with your kind permission, it is now my honor to invite the President of the Republic of Ghana, His Excellency Mr. John Dramani Mahama, to deliver his remarks and propose a toast. Shall we please receive him with a round of applause?
Your Excellency Dr. Terrance Michael Drew and your lovely wife Diana, Your Excellency the spouse of the President of the Republic of Ghana, Lodina, Honorable Ministers of State, Members of Parliament, distinguished government officials, members of the Diplomatic Corps, and our guests, invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. It's my singular honor and great pleasure to host this luncheon in honor of my dear brother Prime Minister Dr. Terrance Michael Drew and his distinguished delegation from St. Kitts and Nevis. Mr. Prime Minister, as I indicated earlier, your presence in Ghana is not merely an official visit. It is a homecoming. You and your delegation are warmly welcome back home. As the first Prime Minister of St. Christopher and Nevis to make an official visit to Ghana, you're charting a new and historic course in our bilateral relations. Though separated by the Atlantic Ocean, our nations remain united by history, ancestry, culture, and in our spirits. What geography once divided, history now compels us to bring back together. The painful rupture caused by the transatlantic slave trade severed physical ties between our people, but it did not erase our shared identity. The time has come to move beyond remembrance to reconstruction, to transform shared memories into shared purpose. The artificial mental and economic barriers that long separated Africa and the Caribbean must give way to bridges of trade, mobility, knowledge exchange, and cultural renewal. In this regard, Ghana strongly supports the renewed momentum between the African Union and CARICOM to deepen structured engagement between our two regional blocs. Political solidarity must now be matched by economic integration. Expanding the African Export-Import Bank, AfriExim, into the Caribbean is a bold and strategic step towards unlocking trade, investment, and financial cooperation across the Atlantic. Our responsibility as leaders is to mobilize our people around a unifying vision, one that secures dignity, prosperity, and global respect for people of African descent everywhere in the world. We must build systems that empower our youth, expand opportunity, and ensure that our shared civilization is defined not by its trauma, but by its successes. Later this month at the United Nations, Ghana will host a high-level special event on reparatory justice. We believe that the trafficking and racialized chattel enslavement of Africans constitute one of the gravest crimes against humanity. Our call is not for charity, it is for justice. It is a time for our narrative to be told by us, grounded in truth and anchored in accountability. Together, Africa and the Caribbean must speak with one voice, with clarity, unity, and moral conviction. Honorable Prime Minister, since taking office in 2022, you have distinguished yourself as a compassionate, people-centered leader. Your policy priorities, poverty alleviation, disaster response, health and wellness, education-based empowerment, and environmental sustainability align very closely with Ghana's development trajectory. We followed closely the progress your administration has made, particularly in strengthening social protection systems and community resilience. Ghana stands ready to collaborate on areas of mutual benefits, sharing experiences and technical cooperation that support your national development agenda. Distinguished guests, I'm pleased to announce that Ghana and St. Kitts and Nevis have agreed to extend our 2018 visa waiver agreement. This was previously applicable to holders of only diplomatic and service passports. Now, this extension of the visa waiver includes holders of ordinary passports. This practical and transformative step will significantly facilitate tourism, trade, business exchanges, and people-to-people connections. We'll also continue discussions on structured labor mobility arrangements. Ghana is prepared where appropriate to support St. Kitts and Nevis with skilled professionals, including nurses, teachers, and other technical experts, while ensuring mutually beneficial frameworks between our countries. Beyond mobility, we've defined key sectors for deeper cooperation: tourism development, climate resilient agriculture, renewable energy, blue economy initiatives, heritage tourism, and cultural industries. Improved air connectivity between Africa and the Caribbean remains essential. However, we cannot delay progress until every structural constraint is resolved. Platforms such as the African Caribbean Trade and Investment Forum, ACTIV, and the African Continental Free Trade Area offer immediate pathways for us to expand trade and forge investment partnerships. Our ambition is clear: to position Ghana and St. Kitts and Nevis as model partners in South-South cooperation. Honorable Prime Minister, I commend your leadership of CARICOM and the successful hosting of the 50th regular meeting of the Conference of Heads of Government of CARICOM in St. Kitts and Nevis. Ghana deeply appreciates the opportunity you offered us to address CARICOM leaders, though virtually. We value CARICOM's principled stance on reparative justice and look forward to intensified collaboration on truth, reconciliation, and equitable global reforms. Ghana recognizes the vulnerabilities faced by small island developing states, especially in the context of climate change, rising sea levels, food insecurity, and external economic shocks. We stand in solidarity with St. Kitts and Nevis in advocating for climate justice, equitable access to climate finance, and reform of global financial institutions to reflect the realities of developing nations. Honorable Prime Minister, distinguished guests, permit me to express my sincere appreciation to the Prime Minister for extending his stay in Ghana to join us and participate in our 69th Independence Anniversary celebration. Your presence at this milestone event as our special guest symbolizes the unbroken thread connecting our liberation struggles, our contemporary quest for economic emancipation. The political independence Ghana secured in 1957 sparked a continental awakening. Today, the next frontier is economic sovereignty, building productive economies, strengthening intra-African and Afro-Caribbean trade, and asserting our rightful place in global governance. Prime Minister, as you continue your visit, I trust that you and your delegation will experience the warmth, hospitality, and enduring spirit of Ghana. May this visit further strengthen not only our diplomatic relations, but also the emotional and ancestral bonds that unite our people. Distinguished guests, may I now invite you to rise and join me in a toast to the good health and continued success of the Honorable Dr. Terrance Michael Drew, Prime Minister of the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis, to the peace, progress, and prosperity of the people of St. Kitts and Nevis, and to the enduring brotherhood, friendship, and cooperation between the Republic of Ghana and the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis. Cheers. I thank you. God bless you. And now I will make a presentation to the Honorable Prime Minister. And for those of you who know what it is, it's a fugu, which has become very famous now as a symbol of our culture. Thank you. All right. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. Ladies and gentlemen, in honor of our distinguished guests, we will now stand for the national anthem of St. Kitts and Nevis.
O land of beauty, our country where peace abounds, thy children stand free on the strength of will and love, with God in all our schools, St. Kitts and Nevis. A nation bound together with a common destiny. As Stalwarts we stand for justice and liberty, with wisdom and truth. We will serve and honor thee. No sword, no stick can conquer, for God will surely come. His blessing shall forever to posterity extend.
Thank you very much. Please resume your seats. It is now my distinct privilege to invite our guest of honor, the Honorable Prime Minister of St. Kitts and Nevis, Honorable Dr. Terrance Michael Drew, to respond to the toast and deliver his remarks, please. Shall we welcome him with an applause?
First, let me recognize His Excellency, the President and the First Lady of the Republic of Ghana, this beautiful country, and to thank, I would say now, my brother Muhammad for his wonderful hospitality. Also want to recognize, of course, members of both delegations, my delegation from St. Kitts and Nevis, and of course the official delegation that is here on the Ghanaian side. Let me recognize all who are here with us this morning, but especially I want to recognize my dear wife who is traveling with me, my support, and I want to thank her for all that she does. Today's visit is indeed a profound visit on multiple levels. One of the things that sparked my interest in Ghana was listening to the President's address at the United Nations in last year, 2025. And the depth of his presentation was quite inspiring. And for those of you who have not listened to it, I will encourage you to listen to it. But that was not only a speech, but coming out of the speech is the tangible things that we are now moving forward at the United Nations level. Presently, the President in Ghana, they are presenting a resolution to the United Nations, which I deem to be extremely timely and profound. And that is to place on record the historical tragedy of slavery and colonization as one of the most, if not the most, heinous crimes ever committed by humanity against itself. And so I want to thank you, Mr. President, for your tremendous leadership as far as this is concerned, and you can count on us for strong and full support. I am now the chair of CARICOM, which are all of the countries in the Caribbean region, the independent countries, and we have some associated members. And I have, of course, considered this my responsibility to get CARICOM on board, and the deliberations have started. And so I wanted to place that on record. My visit here on another level is really coming back home. As I drove through Ghana, I couldn't tell the difference as whether I was in St. Kitts and Nevis or I was in Ghana. It's profound, it's revealing. You have to experience it to know it. Each person I see look like somebody I know. Yes. Last year I was relating to Mr. President, of course, that I had the opportunity to meet the deputy or the vice president in Addis, when we had the first in-person meeting between the AU and CARICOM. I was the chair from the CARICOM side, and His Excellency President from Angola was the chair from the African side. And I met a lady, a distinguished lady, and inquired who she was, because she looked so much like my aunt. And as I approached her, she said, you know, she was the vice president of Ghana. So I'm really thinking now that my family might have come from here. But on another level, this gives us the opportunity for our peoples to connect, and the tangible opportunities that can come from that connection. In terms of our people-to-people connection, why should our people have to go to the north to get to the south or to get to Ghana? There should be direct communication between Ghana or the West Africa and the Caribbean, Ghana and St. Kitts and Nevis, so that our people don't have to travel anywhere else to connect among ourselves. And that is why I welcome today the signing of the MOU for visa-free access for ordinary citizens or citizens who own ordinary passports. This will connect us tremendously. Thank you, Mr. President. And then there is the exchange of labor. I have heard that Ghana has a surplus of healthcare professionals, and the Caribbean has a dearth of healthcare professionals. And isn't it good that you have these well-trained health professionals here in Ghana, and we have a scarcity of healthcare professionals? And we already have a number of Ghanaian nurses who have come to St. Kitts and Nevis. They started to work, I think, within the last 3 to 4 weeks. And I can say to you, without a doubt, that they are well received, they are well trained, the people have received them well, and I've been asked to ask His Excellency the President for more Ghanaian nurses. And so after this visit, we will have, to some extent, or at least in a framework of nurses coming to St. Kitts and Nevis in a greater quantity this year. Already, that is a tangible benefit for both countries. One, supplying skilled labor, and for our services with respect to healthcare being upgraded and being delivered to our people. These are the type of collaborations that we can do among ourselves and make ourselves self-sufficient as the African continent and as the Caribbean, and as in the framework as well of South-South cooperation. So I thank you. In addition to that, there's more. I was approached by our national choir that is really headed by our Governor General, and they made a presentation to my cabinet maybe a few weeks ago, and they are slated to come to Ghana for a cultural extravaganza and presenting our own culture to our people here in Ghana. And it's so quite interesting that all this time is so many things are happening at the same time. People moving to work, cultural exchanges taking place, visa-free access taking place, and now we are in the discussion of having students move across. And that to me tells me, there's a word, there's Zeitgeist, is a German word, but it's in English. I think this is the times that is saying to this generation, it's time, as Mr. President mentioned, to take this relationship between the Caribbean and Africa to the next level where our people would benefit tangibly, significantly. And so I want to wrap up by saying that my visit here is timely. My visit here would redound to the benefit of both the people in the Caribbean, St. Kitts and Nevis specifically, and the people here in Ghana. And that has already started. I said to one diplomat, all that is happening now, the time has called for it, and our generation has the responsibility to respond. So let us work together to continue to build the relationship between Africa and the Caribbean, Ghana and St. Kitts and Nevis. And so join me in a toast. Stand. And in St. Kitts and Nevis, we say the hip hip hooray 3 times when it's a toast. So I'll bring a little bit of that here. It's not our original thing, but somehow we have adopted that. But I want to say to all of us that long live this strong, growing relationship between Ghana and St. Kitts and Nevis, Africa and the Caribbean. Hip hip!
Hooray!
Hip hip!
Hooray!
Hip hip hip!
Hooray!
Thank you very much. Yes. Yes, correct. All right. Okay, good. So I present a gift to His Excellency. So this was, the wood that is there is cured wood directly from St. Kitts and Nevis. It was buried in the soil for about 5 years to cure in a particular way. And then on top of it is a conch shell, which is really symbolic of our marine life. And as we speak about climate change, our marine life is under attack. So it brings multiple messages. So this is originally and authentically Kittitian Nevisian from St. Kitts and Nevis. So I present it to His Excellency. Yes.
Thank you very much. Shall we please rise to receive the Ghana National Anthem? Thank you very much. Please resume your seats. Your Excellencies, our distinguished invited guests, with the speeches out of the way, we wish to treat you to some rich Ghanaian and Caribbean music today. Shall we please welcome Rama Black and the band? Oh, please, let's give them a round of applause as they give us a spot of music in preparation for our lunch. Thank you very much.